Hello world, this is the JWP, JWP Beats, coming to you live from my home studio. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My YouTube, JWP Tube, Twitch, JWP Stream, Facebook, JWP Meta. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon, that's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins and synth edits, or my GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, a like, comment, and/or subscribe or appreciate it. I'll be continuing redoing some of my older album artwork in anticipation for releasing some of my older albums. Ooh. So when last I left off, I was doing the background. And I opened the wrong file. I didn't even bring it in yet. So I was just doing this, which is an element of the background, sort of a tileable piece. So that's done, as far as I can tell. It just needs its background coloring, which is going to be another piece. Because I want to put a pixel for pixel underlay when printed. I also have to do CMYK transition. So this is the texture. We can see this isn't pixel for pixel. I used to use LightScribe, which is a sort of laser burning into the top of a CD and creates an image. So it's like burning a CD. However, it's literally burning an image into the CD. So it's like the data's on one side and then there's an image on top. And that image is created from sort of a different kind of laser, not like a reading, writing laser, but an image burning laser. They never last long. They kind of flecked, like they'd scrape off and they fade. So it never really caught on. It was an interesting thing though during my time. And it's too bad that it's, isn't around anymore. Then again, CDs aren't around that much anymore either. So, but I'm still staying true to the original design the best I can. And I'm just bringing it up to high fidelity, high definition, ultra definition. I don't know about ultra definition, but high definition for sure. Ultra definition, I don't know. It's not a record, and it'll never be a record, like as far as vinyl. I don't see it ever being a vinyl. And should I design for a vinyl and a CD? No. It's too time consuming, and it's just, no. I don't listen to vinyl. It's obviously a saturation in the low end and a bump in the low end, so. I prefer flat. So I know what I'm getting. If I want more bass, I'll turn up the bass myself. If I want saturation, then I'll saturate myself. That sounded weird. Anyway. Yeah, I'll saturate myself with bass. Bass in action. Okay, so here's a pattern. Deciding what next to do, because I'm considering doing the 5,000, which isn't much of a bigger difference. I'm just trying to figure out what might that be, right? Let's go inches here. So it's 1/4 inch more, which is fine. I'll just call it a bleed. All right, center. Okay. And yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Let's call it a bleed. I'll put vibrant red there. I mean, pure red, true red, whatever. Jet red. Okay, bucket fill. I want red. And I'm just going to have to redo my there. Balance. And this is called trim. Fill with transparency, otherwise it'll fill the whole thing. Okay. So now, how do I get just that? Because I can't select. Right, so I can go like this, I guess, and then so let's click along. Subtract from selection. Ever. Oh, it's not working. Ooh. It's supposed to be a little. Add, subtract, control. Okay, so it just doesn't display. Okay, so that's that part, and this part. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I think that's what I want. And paint bucket fill. I'm saying no. Okay, it's on CD. Okay, so select none. Trim. Not like that. That's just too fast. I'll just use the selection box and go manually here. Trying to figure out a faster way. But I really wish I knew the way to keep the thing from closing. It just always closes. And I know that if you right click and think in FL Studio, it doesn't close the menu. And instead just makes the checkbox, right? So enter. And then control. See, there's the negative symbol. And then we're just going to select just this. And make sure I'll let go of control. Otherwise, it'll start again. And there. And that's all I want for the trim. There. Select none. Show all. I also discovered, I looked it up in GIMP here. We can go preferences. And then under image windows, appearance, and then in full screen mode, we can deselect everything and choose a custom color for the background, which gives me this. So if I hit F11, that's full screen. And then if I hit tab, everything disappears and I get this, framing of the artwork. There's pixel for pixel, right? But I don't know any way to really move around. Okay, so just using the gestures. So that's pixel for pixel. And then Control Shift J is fit in screen. 1 is pixel for pixel. Control Shift J, and then plus and negative are to zoom in and out. And then Tab to bring all the things back. F11 to bring everything else back, or to get out of full screen rather. If I go dot for dot, turn that off. Now I'm getting a sort of a measurement of my PPI against the screen, and so a physical estimation of the size. This will be different for like a bigger TV. If someone was watching this on a bigger TV, it's not really going to be that big. But for me, it's a physical estimation. When I hit 1, 100%, Control Shift J, that's to fill, and then 1. So that's physically how big it's going to be. And of course, there's the trim now. So just the red and forward around will be actual size. And I'm including the trim because Muse wants it. Worst case scenario, all I do is have to trim it off for, say, CD Baby. But it won't be going to CD Baby, to a Muse, right? So 3000 by 3000 because that's what they want. And if I stretch it, if I rescale it, it's just not the same thing. So there's trim. And are these out of order? I think they are. So margin here. Okay. My right click's broken, or my moving of stuff is broken again. What happens if I go up beyond? Doesn't let me. Doesn't let it out. Okay, so I don't know what does it where the drag and drop, the whole drag and drop thing. So let's go back to dot for dot. And Control Shift J. So I'm gonna have to redo my zoom here. So under as well. There's all these settings, right? Recursive takes forever. I really need like a design sort of thing. What would be best for now? I'll just go 3 by 3. So that, I believe that's oversampling by 3. Let's go F1. I'll just raise. Down, subdivision of pixels. Okay, so that's pretty much over what oversampling is. It's just oversampling, I think. Aliasing, and then it oversamples it. So I want it to oversample 3 times or 4 times. Let's go 4 times, I guess. Oversampling by 4 times. I mean, max, but it'll probably take forever. It's probably going to take long enough as it is at this size. Oops. Okay. And then render. I should be okay. Actually, I gotta zoom out, right? You have to let it run. It's not as big as 6,000 by 6,000, though. And it's not doing recursive subsampling. I don't know. Whatever that is. Can't even see where it's starting. Must be starting somewhere. It's just kind of sitting there now. There it is. Should I stop it? I might as well stop it. I need another draft. So that means I gotta close everything. Yeah. And close. Card, I guess. Moray. Should still remember its render setting. However, let's knock it down to, I don't know, what was I doing before? 300 by 300? Render. I'm gonna load something in. Okay, so what I want to do, I don't want to zoom in a little bit, right? So 2.4. I'm just gonna go ahead and save that. And hopefully that's a decent size. Because one is a little bigger now that I have a bleed. Or a trim, right? Because the picture is bigger. Yeah. Feels right. Okay, so I wonder if I could get it, just one by one and then play with these a bit. Isn't that that's not even oversampling? So 2 by 2. That should run pretty fast. It's over 300, so I don't see anything there. It's done. Okay. Let me try that again. It's not very informative as far as what these numbers are doing. So let's go again. So it was semi full screen, or not semi, but a sort of area of the screen, which is 1080. So we'll go status bar 980, pull 100 out, leave 100 for the menu bar, or the whatever bar it is on the bottom, taskbar. And that'll give me some sort of idea. Let's buy 1,000, right? 1,000, 3,000, 300, 3,000. Let's buy 3,000. So I gotta wait for it now. All right, well, I can go back to this for now. So next layer is coloring, right? So it looks like white and white again, and then red. So pretty much white up to yellow and then red. So let's start a new layer, and then I'll just copy it out or save it as a separate piece. So I'll call this color background. Transparency is fine. And then select none. And so it starts with the yellow, right? The red starts at the yellow. Pretty much inside the yellow. It starts with the black. The first yellow bar, the first yellow band. Question is, outside or inside? Inside. Okay, so something like this. See, it's spiraling, right? Just trying to figure out where it leaves. Let's go by. Make this with starting point, right? Oh, I lost it. I lost my bounding box selector. Okay, so like this. So where it starts, and then there. Okay, so that's where it starts. Except I got another little notch here. It's still sitting outside. Can I? That? Okay. And then it's perfectly underneath. Except now it's a little over there. That's fine. Best I can get. And then this is a separate layer, which is on top. But I want this on top. This there. And that's it. It's pretty much done, except for the other half that's white. So we'll selection invert, control I, and white. Dump, no. Here, dump, yes. Okay. Control Shift A for select none. Control Shift J to center. And 1 for 100%. Dot for dot. Control Shift J. All right, so I'm just going to save that. That's done. How's this doing? Didn't fail or whatever. Is it still rendering? Looks like it's done, except I can't see it. Yeah, it does that weird thing that it does. Okay, so I'll call this, where is it? Here. I'll call this Control B, call this 2x2 at 0. Dash 2x2 dash 0 dash 0 dash non reclusive. Okay, so what does this look like? Paint. Let's open it in GIMP. Hard to see with that white background. For the transparency, so dot for dots. Really hard to tell. Maybe 1500. I don't even know how long that took. Because I'm not really seeing any distortion. But I know it's there. Edges look okay though. Alright, so that's pretty much useless. Let's go 1500 just to save time. I actually can save time, so it's half time. I might as well just go full time. How long does it take? Can't do nothing. I'll get it back. I don't know where it goes. There's a night. Yeah, there's 400. So it's about 1 per second. So 1500 seconds divided by 60. 25 minutes? Really? What did I have it at? 950? There's no way it's 25 minutes. It's about half seconds. So that's about half. 15-ish minutes, and half of that, or a quarter of that. Let's say 7 minutes at the most, or half of that. So 1500. It's only 750, and I was doing 950. 60. 15 minutes. But it didn't take 15 minutes. It took like 5 minutes. Oh, I had a eureka moment, and then I just choked on my spit. Okay. So the reason that doesn't take as long is because when it hits the top and the bottom, it's not rendering anything, so it just speeds through it. So how much ratio is being rendered? So about a third. So I take this number and divide it by 3, right? Okay, so what is it, 150? 1500 rather? Oops, I lost my calculator. 1500 divided by 60 divided by 2 divided by 3. So 5 minutes. That seems right. 5 minutes per. 1,000 is just too small. So I'll go with 1500. Whilst that's happening, I suppose, can I double render? I don't know if I can double render. Settings, your options, keep single instance, turn that off. Let's see if I can double render, which is interesting. It doesn't look like it wants to let me open 2 instances of Moray. Can I navigate away from this? Is there a setting on here where I can have 2 instances of Moray? I don't even see like a setting. I see scene settings. Configuration. Access checks on all objects. Prompt automatically. Compatibility. Modify. Material snap interface. Search paths. Maybe a different desktop. Right. Does that show? Yeah, it does. Okay. So let's try a different desktop here. No, it still sends me back to. Can't win here. Let's close that second desktop. It's a little disappointing. Okay, so that's done. Let's take a look at that. In fact, I'm just going to overwrite this one. And we'll just delete that. And I'll call this by 1500, right? X 1500. And go ahead and open that. Did I close GIMP? Or did it crash? What happened? Really? So I got to put that border back again. Okay, open recent. This one. Yeah, I got to put that back. Remember to save after I put it back. M size 3000, 1000, and then center, resize, and selection. I need a new channel here. Can I move things around? And okay, so new. It's called trim. And view grid, view snap the grid. And like that. That's enter control to subtract, and there, let go. Make sure the corners are in snap. Enter, then fill, paint bucket. Done. Save. Okay, this one. What do we have? That's pixel for pixel. I'm just gonna have to do 1500 because I can't see anything. If anything, I should do like 6000. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like stone. That looks fine. Like everything looks fine. I don't know if I need all that extra stuff. I mean, oversampling, yeah, 3x3, but it's fine. I'm not gonna fight with it anymore. Not gonna worry about it. Maybe down the road, but not. Continue. Okay. So I need to re-render that then. And here then. Render by 3000. Back to 3x3. 3000. Oops. Okay, for sure 3000. Yes. Apply. Okay. Okay. Render. I already moved it, right? 24. It looks like I remember these bars with. Okay, so ray trace. I do have this as mock-up. 1500 by 1500. Bring that in somewhere. No. Okay, so open with. Okay, so there. It looks a little bigger. But I don't think I might. I don't know if I changed the camera at that point. Whoa, it's small. Forgot. So I'll just put right on the outside. Control Z. Can I drop it here or something? New. Trim. Okay, so it's not gonna let me out. Just super annoying. Okay. Can I? No, don't open that. Out. Out. B. Okay, there we go. And we'll call this lettering draft 2. So this is E here. Now scaling. Corner here, snap 2. Snapping 2. I don't know if it's snap. Is it snapping? Canvas edges. It's doing what it can, but it's off center. No, it's snapping here. They're not. No, it's snapping. Come on. Right. What do you call it? Trackpad's not playing nice. Okay, so sides now. Okay. Now enter. What happened? What did I scale? Lettering draft 2. Yeah, I scaled you. Why didn't you move? It's being annoying. I thought I'd probably just use this box, rescale it. Why doesn't it rescale? Am I just... Why is it scaling? Doesn't it do anything? Okay, because I have this selection up here. That's why. Control Shift A, deselect. Okay, scale by 3000. And then I'll just grab it and move it around because fighting with it was being annoying. Okay. So it does look bigger. Tiniest bit, tiniest bit. So if I had to center it, looks like it might be over a little bit. Perhaps I could get it lined up properly. Okay, so we'll go 23.5, I guess. It's bigger. It's like 24.5. So let's go 25. And then save. It's already rendering something, eh? Is it done? So when it broke down. Okay, so Moray's craft. Probably because maybe I changed Moray. And then Povray seen that. And yeah. Load. Render options. I almost want to just do the regular render. I still got to do my sizing. I could probably get away with rendering faster with just doing one ray, right? So just no anti-aliasing. And I'll probably just spit it right out. Yeah, it just spits it right out. Maybe I can do alignments without it taking forever. This is what, 3,000? 1,500. Okay, so maybe not right away. But I can do some alignments. It actually looks better without any anti-aliasing. I know that the edges will be jagged or whatever, but it looks more like stone. Okay, so I might as well just wait for them. As they're this fast, right? So it's pretty be done. It's parsing. What is it doing? Saving? I don't know. It's thinking about it. It's like thinking about saving it. Are you done or what? You look like you're done. So I'm going to close that. Did you know? So stop with the tips. Okay, there, done. And then bring it in. So get rid of this one, delete that. I'm not even going to bother naming things anymore because, yeah. I wish I could just drag. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Okay, so I got to get out of there. And then this by 3000. Scale. And the grabber. Planner, whatever. Okay, so it's generally about the same size now. Pretty close. Pretty close. Close enough. Right. As long as it sits in within this space. This is supposed to be centered. It does look like there's a little bit more space. It's just because of the capitalization, I think. The 3x3, a little bit of spacing, so just tall. It's just perspective, right? Okay, so it's the right size. Now if I can get it in place. So this is centered. GoPro needs to come up a little bit, and Primo needs to come down a little bit. Actually, not a little bit, quite a bit. So, cancel, select, groups, text, that's the top text. Which way is it? I could just nudge. Isn't it like a snap though? Enable snap? Okay, so that's... Okay, so translate is the second box up. Let's go by 1. Whoa, 0.1. Undo, undo. 0.1. Okay, why isn't it 0.1? Is that enough? I shouldn't do that. Let's overshoot. I'll go 1.5. Same with Primo. How much down? Quite a bit down, so 2 down. It's this one. Actually, I gotta go grab the group, right? Let's grab the group. Translate -1, -2. I'll just forget about that 0.4 because it's 0.04. So 2. Okay, so that's quite low. And save. And render. Ray trace. So it'll give it more perspective as well. Hopefully not too much. It's going to change the lighting too. I forgot about that. Fine. See, I do like it anti-aliased because there's a lot more noise in the stone. Which is too bad about the edges. But I mean, if I'm oversampling. Oh, I like my fine lines, right? Maybe I'll just 2x2. It's supposed to be shiny though. So maybe I'll oversample. 8x8. Take forever. Okay. So that's looking done, which it is. Toss it into the project here. Get rid of this one first. Scaling. That's fine. It stays in the layer. I need a 3 there. Rather, I require a 3. Enter. No. Scale. Ooh, that's really close. Place. Grab it. Too high. Too high with Dope Pro. Too low with Primo. Yeah. Too high with Dope Pro. Too low with Primo. Also centered. It's apparently supposed to be centered though, right? Maybe I can knock out the X and the Y translations. Because does it really need it? I don't think so, really. Yes, it does. Okay. In fact, I can kind of see where the center is. So there, something like that. I don't know where Dobro sits. The Dobro is pretty centered. Because that's perfectly centered, the one that's in spots, and then this one's a little to the right. Right? Is it just that it's bigger? I think it's just that it's bigger. However, they still need to come up and down. So up by 125, 25, 25 for Primo. Translate. Why is it a weird number? Oops, because it's on the group. Right? That's why it's a weird number. Okay. So up to 5, which would be 175, 75, 175. And then text down. How much? Try 2.5 here. I mean, that's quite a bit. Making big moves right now. Figure out where I'm at. Okay. So Povray crashed. Close it. Close Moray. Okay, Povray doesn't want to close. Let's force it. Okay, come on, Windows. Gonna make me go to Task Manager. Okay, in Task. Do over. File that one. Render. Povray. Okay, it's running. I'm up on time here. A little shorter than I would like to have spent here. Have a little bit of wiggle room, so push it a bit. Ooh, that's hard. Okay, it's done. Yeah. Just get rid of this one. Actually, I'm already on this point, so actually, I'll get rid of that first, then bring this in. Scaling 3000. Scale. It, and almost. Almost. Can I say good enough? Not really, because it has to be near exact. So I'm off. Still too low. Still too high. So we'll go by a 0.01. So this would be 0.15, right, to come down. Yes. And then 0.15 to go up. So 8.5. No, 6.5. I feel like that's not enough. Let's drop to 5 as well. I mean, not by much, but small moves now. Made the big moves. Okay, Povray. I think it's because this is open. I'm not sure if it's reading from disk. Okay, so let's crash them again. Did I save? I don't think I saved. So I gotta pull that 1.5 again. No, looks like I saved. Yes. Okay, so retrace. Just sometimes it sticks the window in front and other times it doesn't. In the waiting game now. I feel like this will be where it's at. And it was probably best that I actually did a mock-up using just sort of static pieces so I know where centers are. Okay. And this should be where it's at. Scale. Moving it around. Yeah. Yeah. Don't pros on par. That's where it's at. So thick though. Right. It's still off. Because it's bigger. But it's centered. So it's 2, 3, 3. It's right on 3 on the top. So that's not enough lead. It's too big. And Primo can come up on that point. Okay, so I gotta zoom out. 0.5. And don't pro be too low. Because I think this, I need a bit of bleed there. Or gutter trim. In the event it would actually be printed to a CD. Okay. But I don't want too much because it's not being printed to a CD. Zoom out, 0.5. So a bit smaller, right? Let's go 26. And then bring the pro up a little bit. So back to 2.5. Okay, and I'll drop this layer. Hopefully that keeps Povray from crashing. And then save and render. Okay, good. Looks like it did keep Povray from crashing. In the background, I still never got around to the background. So if this lines up, I'll take a peek at the background project. It really looked like some caveman stuff. Wonder if that's what I was going for. Quest for Fire, caveman style. Okay, so it's done. Yep. So this lines up. And 3000. Scale. I'm not sure that I can just use alignment. Shot. Oh, because I'm switching back and forth between layers. Can I move this? No. Oh, bugger. Let's put back here. I couldn't just switch it out. Anyway, I'll just use the move thing. That one. Ooh, that's like right on. Well done. So a little bit of gutter for the CD bleed. It'll still really be touching though. There's so much right there. There's a whole, what is it, 1/4 inch? This one has less than that. So shrink it again, I guess. Just by a little bit more. So 26.5, and that should be enough for potential CD trim. I mean, that's probably enough there. I just don't want to do it, and I don't want to shrink it too much. This is where it's at. It's gonna be smaller. It's fine. So I got 3.5 here, 3.5 there, but it's just that this is a lowercase. It's an uppercase. Just baseline stuff. And this is fine, I think. But one whole one here. If it shrinks though and it gets beyond this one, maybe that could come down some more. Why does it look like that? Why doesn't it look centered? So I'm going to see why it's not looking centered. So 1, 2, 3 from here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3-ish. The hub. Grab the footer and alignment. Click this. No, because it won't let me. Oh, it's got to be outside. X. No, Z. Control Shift A. I have to do this again. So X, up, B, K. And then first 3 by 3. That's that by selection, center, center. Yeah, that's how it is. Let's look really off. That's centered. That's just because of the uppercase, I guess. Okay. Let's put it back in here if I can. Okay. So A, put that, click that there. New layer, rename, footer. Okay. And perhaps I could say these as paths or channels or whatever, just so that they're there all the time. No, I'm already pretty much done. Because I could selection of path or channel, save the channel, whatever. Okay, that with this and center, layers, Control Shift A, by bounds, move tool, bring in this one that just finished. Hopefully it finished. I imagine it did. That and yeah, 3000. Scale, move. Okay, I don't know. I'm looking at here. Still off a little bit. I'm not sure if it's centered in 4.5, 4.5. Centered-ish. Where's the foot? There. Is it up down there? Okay. Hub by 3 by 3. Right. Hub 3 by 3. Enter, save as channel, selection to channel, and then alignment for this. Why is it letting me select it like that? Center, center. Okay, so it's pretty much in place. It's a little smaller. That, why are these things all over the place? Why is the footer now up here? Because it was still selected? Okay, so I'm lucky. I'm happy I did the channel to selection. Selection to channel, rather. And then this one, can you... Footer. Okay, center, center. Why is it dragging that one with it? It's not a separate piece. Is it on the same layer? What's going on here? It's not on the same layer. Okay, just the footer. Yes, take it down here. Okay, so now did this other one come with it? It did. Why? They're not on the same channel. Because maybe they're in the same group. Label the cuts. A, U, cuts. Up, out, align. That's probably what it was, is that they're in the same group. Selection. Channel to selection, center. There, that's what. No, they're upside down. Channel again, center, and bottom. Channel selection. I want the footer. Okay, because it has to be out. So select none. Cut the footer. Paste the footer. Align the footer to the bottom. Channel to selection. Then back into the I can't get it in there. Cut. Okay, Control Shift A. Where did the footer even go? Control Shift A. Footer. Cut. Entering cuts now. See. Okay, so it can just stay out. I don't care. It still needs to be a little bit smaller. Primo needs to stay kind of the same. But if that shrinks, then the other one has to shrink. Shrinking. And it's by 4. Right. That's fine. I'm leaving it. If it gets any smaller, that's too brutal. Let's go CD measurements. Which is, how big is the hub? At the top of the trim on the outside. Remember, there's a picture of it somewhere. I'm not seeing it anymore. It shows a measure here. Oops, those aren't the measures I want. Okay, points at it. Ooh, animations. Lead out area. Well, it doesn't show me a measure. Should be fine. I mean, 1/4 inch is a lot. And I don't think the little trim around the CD printable area is 1/4 inch. Print. Measurements. I remember seeing that. Printable. Of course, like it's the thing that kind of triggers me to consider it, and now I can't find the picture. CD jewel case, maybe. Case measurements. Insert dimensions. So that's what I was looking for before. Oh, I hate to look at my history. yesterday. CD JWP, CD dimensions. I'm not seeing it. I don't see any new pictures either. So it's specifically pointed at the little tiny trim around the rim, the outside of the CD. Let's see it. One more time here. Still be open. See dimensions. Music CD insert size. Music CD insert size. That's not. CD measurements. CD dimensions. CD print measurements. When is that? Is that today's? What should tell me? Yes, today's. CD music CD insert size. Type CD. Music CD hub size. There it is, I think. I'm sure it's fine. I'm not going to be printing the CD anyway. I've got almost a 1/4 inch there. It's about would it be 1/8 of an inch? I don't want to shrink it anymore. It's pretty small enough. That's how it's going to print. This is already like small. Of course, that stuff is going to be black. Check my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP stream, YouTube at JWPTube, Facebook, JWP Meta. If you want to support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins and synth edit. That's with 2 P's, or my GoFundMe, JWP Fund. PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, a like, comment, and or subscribe are appreciated. Thanks for watching. Until next time.